Hey guys, today we're going over early game farming and how to set up your early game farms as well as collect resources and get everything ready. Let's get to it. Alright, so this is a temporary farm I set up just for resources I gathered while I start building my bigger farm and try and get a bit more seeds and stuff. I think I harvested that lettuce a bit early too, didn't drop any seeds. The biggest trouble you will have early game is actually building up enough resources to start a good sized farm, which you can then use for food. So I've only got a couple of seeds at the moment. So for now, I'm just going to plant these, and I'll go out and explore and try and collect some. I've also set up a small tree farm over here to avoid go out, to that forest off to the side. So I've got a nice display right beside my house. Currently, we're measuring out the ground that we're going to be using for our farms. I'll now flick to creative mode view to show you just what they're going to look like when they're, sort of what they're going to look like when they're finished. My standard plots are an 8x8 area with columns on each side to keep all the soil hydrated, as the soil hydrates for up to 4 blocks from your water blocks. And I use this for things like potatoes, carrots, wheat, anything that's just a standard seed crop. It doesn't need to be doesn't need any special placement right beside water. It doesn't make a solid block stem. Another type of plot that I use is instead of having a 8x8 area, I have two 4x8 areas with a water column in the middle. For this one, I use for things like pumpkins and melons and the other plants like that, where you have like a stem and it grows in solid blocks. So I place the pumpkin and the melon stems along the two outside dirt rows of the two plots of dirt, and then that means I'll grow the actual blocks on the inside columns. It saves me a lot of effort having to walk through the farm, because then my door will be where the water goes through in the middle. I'll walk in and I don't get blocked by any like plants or anything. Nice and easy. This is the final plot design I use. It's just sugarcane, 2 rows of dirt columns with water on either side of the dirt. Just nice and easy for growing sugarcane in a relatively small area. As for our survival world here, I'm going to start off with only using the 8x8 plot, as it can be used for everything. It's just not entirely space effective. Before we finish building the farm, I'm going to need to go collect wood as well as get more seeds and stuff, so I'm going to cut past all of that. But hey, who can cut past this? I found a unicorn, guys! You'll notice the horse stop a lot as I try and ride it around. The server genning the world as we try and ride around. Did get a bit annoying. But on the plus side, we did find a village, and that's pretty cool. Pretty useful too. A little bit of loot, a couple of other little things. Not too much cool stuff in the village though. I just did a server restart and ran off for a bit there to help the server catch back up a bit. It's all good now, no more lagging. It's been quite a while since I've explored village. All this mostly looks like vanilla building. I think I saw one that looked a bit different, maybe? Not too sure. We'll grab the loot forge, or most of it anyway. I don't really want those zombie heart things at the moment. Ah, chance blocks! Cool. Nothing cool from it. Just an item. These unicorns are a bit annoying. Hurt the things you're into. Ah, haha. Can't forget to grab the carrots either, can we? We are, after all, out hunting for seeds. Alright, so on our journey back to our house in the unicorn, we actually managed to find a red mushroom, which is awesome, because that's the only thing we're missing as an ingredient to make mushroom stew. We also killed a few pigs while we were on our ride back, and they drop bones in this mod pack, so that's really good. And they drop tons. I think I might have to make a pig farm later. It's a source of bones. It saves having to take down the skeleton. But yeah, so now we got the mushroom. We can make an awesome little mushroom farm. This is my top secret mushroom farm, guys. Can't let Kageyama find it. Can't chance. Although you could just look at the minimap on this here recording and see the location. But I'm sure he won't think of that now I've said it. Not at all. Not at all. I finally managed to lay out the basic groundwork for the first floor of the greenhouse. We've got our 8x8 plot of dirt now. We just need some water from some buckets. I haven't found any iron yet, so I'll have to go collect some of that as well. It's going to be fun. Very fun indeed. This is getting a bit silly. Every time I'm on my way back to the house, I come across what I'm looking for. On the way back, I found the red mushroom. On the way back, I found this cave with the iron. I'm sure it's going to happen again, guys. It seems like when I'm on my way back to the house, the game just throws me what I want. Maybe I should make more trips just so I can come back to the house. Alright, I almost forgot. While exploring, I did learn some more about the horse mod. I got the types of horses wrong. There's a Hippocamp, a Destria, a Nightmare, Unicorn, and Pegasus. I think that's 5 different types. So here's a good close look at the Hippocamps just then. They seem to be water ones. I think they might be able, no, pretty sure they can swim. You might be able to breathe while in the water on them or something special. We haven't tested it out yet. Unicorns, well, they have a horn. Charge with that. The Pegasus can fly. The Nightmare, it like leaves a trail of fire, and it also has wings, so you can fly it. But the problem is that when you go to fly it, it lights you on fire. It needs some sort of fire protection. I'm hoping to run across a talisman and a dungeon with some fire protection one specific to help me with that. That'd be pretty cool. Riding a flying fire horse. The Destria, it just destroys blocks as it runs around. It's got quite a large model. I think that's all the different horses. Also, so they're all pretty cool. The only one that we don't really know what it does yet is the Hippocamp. From what I have seen, it looks like it has slow movement speed though, so it might be useful only around water. And while we're discussing the hippocamps, there is where we saw one in the last video. I've said in the description that there was one somewhere in the video to be found. But back to the farming journey. Now that we finally got our iron, we can put the water in the farms and begin planting the crops. Yay! This isn't my standard porch configuration, and I do design this later, as well as, well, once I put the walls in, I redesign, which is different levels in as well. They're a bit nicer. Bone meal will, of course, greatly speed up your progress with your farms if you have enough supply of bones. I can't really think of anything else you'd use bones for early game anyway, so it's nice to speed up progress in your farm by getting those extra seeds out of the way quick. Good news is beans seem to reproduce quite quickly, which means bean stew should be a very viable option for food. While we wait for the crops to grow, we may as well take a look at tree farms. I am keeping the trees spaced just so they drop enough saplings to cover their regrowths. So oak trees you can plant closely, but you can plant the saplings right beside each other. But I find you don't have enough leaves to get the saplings back to replant the farm and do so. So I like to give them one space in each direction away from each other. With birch trees, I give them 2 spaces. Again, mainly for the saplings. I think birch trees need at least 1 space between them, but I'm not too sure exactly how much space birch trees need. I tend to find tree farms are one of the most important parts of my homes. I'm constantly in need of tools and as well as building. It's rather nice for aesthetics, like having maybe tree logs for your walls or having different coloured planks for the different parts of your house. It's just nice to have a good supply of wood near times. Here we have just finished carving out our downstairs area to our greenhouse. So the level you saw earlier is right above us, and well, we're just carving out this room to make a second level. We'll have a third level, above the first level, so one in the air, and that will just be our greenhouse for our early farms. Later on, I'm going to completely redesign the greenhouse. I'm not going to have water along the sides like you currently saw. I'm going to have a different design, like a single puddle of water every couple of blocks. It'll be covered by like a slab or something. And that'll give me a lot more area to plant and a lot less area to have water lying around, which would be pretty cool. Again, I will adjust the lighting at a later date. For now, it's just temporary, as I have a limited amount of torches, and I'm just trying to get it all working for now. Try and stop monster spawns. We're getting close to having the greenhouse finished and ready. We're now adding the ladders in so we can escalate up and down. Well, not sure if escalate's the right word, but move up and down across the levels now. That means we'll get rid of that little hole we just saw in the ground, which is just temporary. We've got a few pumpkins growing, most of our plants are finished up, so that's all pretty good. All coming along very nicely indeed. So now for the highlight of the episode, the beautiful creature that's going to absolutely devastate my nearby friends. A nightmare, both in name and character. He ends up burning quite a portion of this forest. He kills one or two of my Pegasuses. Look at this, look at this. Look at him, what is he doing? He's completely evil. He just destroyed a Pegasus. This creature is unholy. It's vile. I think I have a plan, guys. How about we destroy this night? Of course, we will destroy the Nightmare's life right after we pay a visit to our friend Kageyami, who we haven't had a look at in a while. Look at his house, it's looking pretty good. Its greenhouse is actually very nice, I like it a lot. That looks like dark oak. He must have a dark oak forest there. And he also has a nightmare floating around. Look at that. They're attacking both of us. It's not very fair at all, is it? Evil creatures. But let's get back to my beast. Did you see that? That's where I learned that riding them also burns us. Not very nice at all. So now I try and trap him in here. It goes alright until he tries to fly out. Like, I saw the wings on his back and I didn't think he could fly. I thought it might just be aesthetic, but no. No, this terrible beast can fly. He jumps out in a second. He's just terrifying. Look at that! Ah! 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 He's destroying everything! It's at this point I realize I'm not just gonna need an enclosure. I'm gonna need a roof enclosure. It's just too much for us, guys. Too much. And so, a roofed enclosure game. Trapped in here nicely, and we'll leave a wooden plank there so we can go back and talk to him any time we want to. After all, I don't want to neglect him. I do want to ride him. I want him to be my companion, my friend, my horse that I use all the time. Because he does seem like a pretty cool horse. I mean, who doesn't want a fiery flying horse? But on a much more serious note, guys, wild Pegasuses can be just as dangerous. Don't trust him. Look what this guy just did to me. It's the first time I've died. All because a wild Pegasus flew up into there and kicked me off. Like, man, I thought the nightmare was bad, but turns out the Pegasuses are just as evil. Don't trust wild horses, guys. They're not friendly. You gotta tame them first. And how are we gonna tame a horse that can fly? Back on the farming side of things. Early game farming is a bit of a procedural work. It's relatively slow. Once you get enough of each crop to have a separate area set up for each one, it's a bit faster. You just grab what you need when you need it. Try and get a few spare stacks for your different stuff so you don't have to worry about everything as much. But for now, this early game stuff, you just try and build up enough. You get a separate plot for each ingredient. After a while, you'll get that. Then you get into more structured work and in farming specific items that you need. Yeah, that's about it, really, for now. Good news now is we've added in the floor for the top level and redesigned the lighting down here in this level. We also now have enough resources to try and start farming across all 3 levels, but only just barely. We won't have structured farming just yet. I'll get to structured farming in another episode though. For now it's just early game farms. let's not forget about our horsey. Here you can see me and Kakeyami hanging out pretty coolly with the fire horse. Coolest thing ever. Fire horse. And we finally got the top floor built and soiled and watered. Now add some crops to it. And finally, after many hours of playing and recording, finally have the top floor completed. Well, for now, early stage farming completed. We have enough stuff to fill it up, even if it's just beans. But bean stew's good, just as good as eating the pork chops. But yeah, so all 3 floors now are planted and ready to go for our early, official early game farm. Pretty happy with that. Nice episode, guys. It was a lot of fun. Took me about 9 hours in total to record all that. But that also includes content for up to episode like 5 and 6. It's just in the effort to collect resources for the farm. I actually do quite a lot. Oh no. No, you didn't see that, guys. That's a sneak peek for later on. Anyway, I'll see you all next episode.